What's going on? Hey, mic check. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. We are just getting started, if you couldn't figure that out already. Um, Literally though. For real, for real. We're going for a few hours this morning. Lower Guck for a change. Justin Beard, what's going on? Thank you for being here so bright and early. I know the sun's probably not even up yet, right? That's how it is right here. But I'm not waiting for the sun when there's a bonus this good. I don't know if you've heard, but P99 got double loot plus 50% bonus XP for the holiday. Um, Probably ending, you know, sometime next week. As far as I know, let's make sure it's still in effect. We'll know very quickly as soon as we kill a named if we get double loot or not, because it'll be very obvious. I haven't heard a reason that it'd be over yet. They don't usually end stuff like too early. All right. Another thing that would show us if it's double or not, killing these gargoyles. You start getting 3, 4 eyes from one gargoyle. Oh, you know it's bonus time. But anyways, let's peek around, see what we see. Um, looks like the zone hasn't been touched too bad since last time I was on. I don't see any cavalier. Make sure the executioner's not up. It'd be a good thing. I'd kill him, take it out, get some good plat. But just looking, just peeking. And we'll go check Frenzy. We'll check AM. And then we'll start over by AM. Already got full mana. We could definitely use some buffs, though. But nice safe spot to buff over there. This actually has been changed. Last time I looked here, there was 2 bloodthirsty ghouls. So somebody's been messing around overnight. We might see some action today. Who knows? Wouldn't that be awesome? But anyways, let's see what the AM's looking like. The Archmagus. Gotta be careful peeking this one. Okay, we got Jin Ghoul. Gotta be careful because the named will see in biz. So you gotta kind of peek from around the corner without showing yourself. I screwed up this from the other day. Start with this. Oh, I got the wrong hammer on. Let's fix that. Chardock hammer's great, but Dawnfire proc's bigger, so we're going with the Dawnfire. Maybe I should have buffed. Alright. Sip my coffee. Okay, strength returns to my legs. Thank you. That's how it goes with root when you nuke them, right? That nuke usually breaks. Unless you were trying to break the root, and then it'll hold. Right? That's just EQ. Myself a little here. If I had, resolution on, if I had symbol on, I'd probably be not healing myself as often. So we'll get to that. That's on the agenda. Right, where's these big procs though? Like, I want to kill it with a proc and save my mana, but I'd rather live. So I'm gonna give it like one more try. Okay, we're nuking. We're nuking. Too close. There we go. Oh, terrific XP though. That was like 4%. Anyway, let's get the buffs on. At least resolution, resist magic, etc. Oh, and haste too. What am I doing? Run around hasteless. Okay, there's that. Now let's see. So I'm laughing already because I know how it's gonna go. I try to cast this symbol on all my mana. I gotta try it. Holy armor, level 5. I feel like I skipped one. Skipped several armor class buffs. Whoops. Have to go pick that up next time I'm in a shop, a cleric shop. Yeah, I know there's a higher level than a level 5 armor class buff. Yeah, fizzled on me. Not that I had much mana to fizzle, but that's how it goes. My skills are very much lacking on this cleric. The skills that matter for combat are doing just great. Evocation, channeling, you know, doing just great. Specialized evocation. But stuff like conjuration, abjuration, divination, terrible, pathetic. I got to really work on that. That's tough. It's tough to work on. If I do stuff like Yelp, work that into the mix. Maybe after I land 100 Yelps, I can cast a symbol successfully. We'll see. Something to do at least. All right. So let's see who's online. Commentate. Oh boy. Never mind. I don't even want to commentate anymore. They got me mad. Listen. Okay. I promised myself I wasn't going to say anything today. But here I am. Here I am. I can't help myself. The two boxing on this server has got to stop. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like people think they're so slick, and they're not. They're not slick at all. And honestly, it's a little pathetic. You know what I mean? Like they give us the server with very few rules, right? Like there's a policy we got to follow. And no two boxing is one of the rules, one of the few rules. People just can't seem to live by that. You'll see it. You know, you start PvPing people, you start attacking people, and you see how they react. It's very predictable. But then you attack a two boxer, and you know, it's clear as day. They're only moving one at a time, they're just not. I uploaded a video recently. I'm not going to name any names, but I'll give you a hint. Two of them are online right now. It's just, it's annoying. You know what I mean? Because if I two box, there's a lot of stuff I could get done. But I don't, because it's against the rules. You know what I mean? You don't think I would want to just buff myself, res myself, port myself, stuff like that? Like, that's like little two boxing. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. It's against the rules. These people are straight up majorly two boxing, like killing Chardock trash. I said too much. I've said too much. Anyway, I'm sick of those fucking guys. It's just really killing my immersion. I'm here. I'm here anyway. I might not be in a great mood, but I'm here. And I have no reason to be upset, really. Other than it's insulting, you know? Coming in the server where I like to play and shitting it up with your fucking cheating, you know? Not cool. Anyways. Let me cool off a sec. I'm getting to, it's too early to be getting this hot about you know. I always say people are gonna enjoy EverQuest how they want to enjoy it, but like there's an asterisk there, and that's like just follow the fucking rules of the server, you guys. Like, come on. Goblin, the real goblin in the house. What's going on, man? How you doing today? It's good to see you. I'm gonna blast one of these gin. Well, not one of these. I'm gonna blast the gin ghoul as soon as I can. Not good. What's the matter? Yeah, there's groin. Groin into house. Well, this will help. I don't need half the mana. Oh, sorry to hear that, Goblin. That's got to be rough in the cold weather, you know? Not a good combo. I hope you feel better soon. Ugh, yeah, I hate that for you. Looks like we're both trying to pass the whatever. All's well that ends, Pat. But you know what's funny though? I logged on yesterday briefly, and I must have been in a bad mood because I checked the slash who all list, and it's a short list. There's like a dozen players on. It might have been 13, including me, and I said something like 13 players on. I hope nobody's two boxing. And the person in question logs off their boxed cleric, and they're you know what I mean. It's just a few other people logged off too. There was like 9 players on shortly after I said that. It's just like, I logged off too. It's just like, you guys suck. I'm so sick of this. You know, I'm trying to stay positive. It's just really annoying. People think they think they're so slick when it's clear as day. Anyways, I'm gonna link the video. You guys want to see a video of some two boxing in action? You know, I said I wasn't gonna name any names, but I told you I'm mad. I'm mad about this. I think this is so fucking rude, so ridiculous. Here's a video. So I'm gonna post it. It's a YouTube vid. I said there'd be exclusive content coming soon, and I wasn't lying. Really did. I want to see some like I don't like it. I don't like that this is a good percentage of the server. You know what I mean? Like one person playing two tunes ends up being 10% of the server. You know what I mean? It's just like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to share this space with you, cheating scum. If you do go to the YouTube channel, make sure you like the video, you follow the channel, all that good stuff while you're there. Plenty of more good stuff coming. Because listen, Fippy Darkpaw wouldn't get discouraged just seeing a bunch of two boxers, right? He would say, good, twice as many scrubs for me to clean up, right? I'm gonna try to be the same. I'm trying to be positive. Just woke up a little hot. Sorry. Well, sorry guys. I'll chill out. Ooh, you're about to peek at too many of them. Oh, big proc. Big proc. Love that. Oh, dispelled my friggin' haste click. Need that. Like when I logged on this morning, I checked through all. I almost changed my whole plan of the stream. You know what I mean? I almost just went to Chardock instead to just continue, box checking, if you will. But I had a whole plan. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, this is a Christmas bonus. I want to enjoy it too. I shouldn't have to spend my whole bonus trying to police two boxers. You know, it's not my job. Not my job. Goblin's ridiculous. You saw it? You saw it in the video? It's like, it's not, you're not 100% sure until outside, right? Oh, yeah. Where's my buddy? I know it's pathetic. If see, if I was two boxing, I would just tab over to the pally and do stuff about this fucking disaster going on. But I'm not two boxing. I have to. Yeah, I got killed. Yeah, Goblin, I think you're right. I think you're right. See, I pulled when my buddy was AFK. He told me he was AFK too. You probably saw it because he screwed up. He didn't say it in group chat where it would have been hidden. He said it in like /say. He said he'd be right back, and I pulled anyway because I'm confident. You know what I mean? I'm a confident EverQuest player, but that didn't go well for me. Maybe if I like just sat immediately, I could have meted for one route. But that nuke hitting me for 343 and then him hitting me for 104 and then hitting him, ugh, it was just too much. Too much. I really got knocked unconscious before I got the DA off. That's actually kind of hilarious. Anyway, whatever. We'll res myself with the friggin'. I got a 90% res, right? I think. What level's this? Yeah, that's a 90. Because I'm too hot, right? I'm coming in too hot. I gotta cool off, or I'm gonna keep making crazy EverQuest decisions that aren't good. But yeah, I think Goblin, it becomes extremely obvious once they're outside the zone line and the cleric's just trying to spam the heal on the mage, and I keep interrupting the heal, and the mage just stands there. 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, that's chilly, Justin. Bundle up, you know? I believe in you, but just bundle up. But anyway, yeah, that's why I get a little mad when I see the obvious boxers obviously boxing. Pisses me off. Little Brob Juniors, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it. They're still up there doing it. Like, it's fine. We can only assume, right? Seawall, what's going on? Or, I'm sorry, not Seawall, if we're to believe the name. It's good to see you. Merry Christmas. I just friggin' goofed up. I pulled when I shouldn't have pulled, honestly. We're duoing over here. My friend said he was AFK, and I did not care in the slightest. I pulled anyway. And I just ran out of juice. No mana, no HP. Friggin' frog was at like 5%. Whatever. It's still early. We're just getting started over here. I'm gonna res up. Yeah, maybe I'll res up later. I'm just gonna leave the corpse. Res it later. I'm just gonna keep fighting. That's me. Wipeout corpse. It's probably my second time dying on this cleric, something like that. I haven't been doing too bad on it. Like clerics, I'll go ahead and say it's an easy class. You know what I mean? Can't really go wrong, especially against undead. But you know, gotta know gotta know when to pull and when not to pull it. I struggle with that. Let's load skin, right? You guys know this trick? I talk about it every time I have to loot a corpse, but if you load skin with no items left on your corpse, instead of hitting done, corpse stays there with no items, right? Let's look. See, no items. I'll do the load skin. Otherwise, I would have to hit done and lose the corpse. Yes, this is good. Very good tech, right? Hey, back in the day, back in the golden days of Red, I didn't know about this trick, and I would leave, start with leaving an arrow on the corpse, and then I don't have my arrow anymore. Okay, maybe I'll leave a wristband on it. You just start whittling away your gear, the more corpses you have until you're just, half naked besides a pile of them. Yeah, pulling is a disaster in this game sometimes. You know what I mean? Every time I see somebody trying to play EverQuest hardcore version, it's just like, obviously you're not the puller because you wouldn't want to do this, I don't think. Oh boy. Oh no. I got a dart warped through the friggin' floor. I got a Zal over here. I should probably just let me just J-boot because I don't want to I don't want to get trained. You're doing weird resbox stuff. Hey, Samwise, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas. I appreciate you. I just got my corpse back after, killing myself with stupidity. I pulled a core without enough mana to kill it. I thought I had one proc would have done it, but I just could not get a proc. Seawall, right? You like that? That's quite the combo. Me and Samwise go back like car seats and spinal cords. Right? That's how the saying goes. Yeah, let's dive back down. Dive on in. What? You see this? Somebody gave a rune bone fork to this Frogog Gaz warrior. That's cool. I like that. I'm glad you woke up early for this, Samwise. Just in time. Just in time for a little recovery. We're in recovery mode over here. So yeah, anyway, I'm in a good mood now. I woke up in a bad mood. I woke up just talking mad trash about two boxers, because you know that triggers me when I see it. But now I'm in a good mood. I've been put into my place by a froglock, right? He shut me up. I'm just gonna enjoy some EverQuest with the determination of Fippy Darkpaw and the yeah, the mana pool of a real champion. Because I will med before I pull another core ghoul. I don't know why I thought I could do it with no mana. I was so confident in the procs. Just that's the killer, right? You start counting on your weapon to proc, and you're in for a bad time because they only proc when they want to. There's no reasoning with these things. But anyway, we got double loot, 50% bonus XP. All in all, it's a excellent time to play some EverQuest, especially on this Red 99. The playground of the EverQuest PvPer. Okay, I said I was gonna get mana. Let's get some mana, just a little bit. Maybe like 70 mana would do it for me. Maybe recasting that HP buff on myself. Resolution. Nothing crazy, just resolution. It's not asking too much, right? I say it like that because my abjure skill is trash. So I'm gonna fizzle a lot. Oh god, it's worse than I thought. Come on, skill up. I can't get any skill ups. Have I considered I've spent more time in Guk than any other person on the planet? I might have. You might be right about that. And I have not considered that, but now I am considering it. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better zone, right? If you're gonna stay anywhere, you got to stay where it's warm, where it's moist, where it's got that fresh smell. That's Guk, right? They're so fun. My favorite part, I think, one of the things that really keeps me coming back. I love just the layout. The lower Guk tower on dead side, so cool, right? When you're in it, you don't necessarily maybe know you feeling like you're in a tower, but when you look at the map and you really kind of appreciate the way the staircase spirals up or whatever, it's like, okay, this is a tower. Nice. But then there's the whole live side, which is like a sprawling maze. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool mix there. The tower and the maze. You're indoors. You're deep underground, and you feel like it too. It's not like some of these other dungeons. You know, like thematically, it just feels a little weird. Like going to a big. I don't know. I know it's supposed to be like a Caldara or something, but like unrest. You go into that cave, and now you're outside. It's just like it doesn't feel right. But Guk, you're going in, you're going deep, you feel like you're in, you feel like you're deep. But I really like that portal behind the throne taking you back out to the swamp. It just kind of ties everything together in like this unique way. Oh, day one red Inithiel. Oh yeah. I wish I had videos of that, honestly. That was so much fun. Yeah, multi-level asymmetrical dungeons. Exactly. It's like something about it just feels right. Feels immersive. Dog. Why? Why did I get four? This is this is rough. All right, at least it's three and not four. It's still not great. Not ideal. All right, so we got Dawnfire. All we need is Dawnfire to proc, like a ton. That's all we need. I feel like I'm not asking too much when I say that. I got a heal coming on myself real quick, hopefully. There we go. Did I root this thing? Ugh. I don't have a stun up, so I gotta eat this nuke. Terrific. Thank God Groin's here. Oh my God. Help me. Save me, Groin. I'm in trouble. Come on, Prox. I just haven't gotten in. There we go. There's a proc. I just haven't gotten into the rhythm of this yet today. But it's alright. It'll happen. It'll happen. Even without the res, I'm already like back to where I was. So that's cool because we'll res that and be feeling freaking lovely. Right. Anyway, everybody that's here this morning, thank you for being here. We're just getting started. This is, of course, the Thursday Swamp. Oh wait, no. Sunday's the Swamptacular Splash Fest. Thursday's like unnamed weekday stream. You know how it is. It's a little taste. My favorite analogy is if the Chewy Twitch EverQuest experience is a popsicle, Thursday's the wrapper, right? It's got the flavor, but it's not going to fill you up. Sunday, that's the main course. So make sure you're here Sunday. We'll be going hard in honor of Fippy Darkpaw, like we do every week. Oh, yes. I'm just going to root this back up. Yeah, I said I'm going to root it back up. Okay. All's well that ends well. BRD is the name of a dungeon in WoW. Let me try to. I'm just gonna guess. I've probably been there because I did play WoW briefly. So let me just make something up. Let me make up something that starts with BRD. We'll call it the Blue Radical Dungeon. It was that Blue Radical Dungeon, right? This is cool. No, I don't remember. The Basilica of Radish Dudes. Blue Radical, yep, cool. Knew it. Big proc. BRD is the only WoW dungeon that follow can be a Q dungeon. You know what I watched last night? I watched It's Christmas, Mr. Bean. Or Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean. Whatever it's called. It's like an episode of Mr. Bean, but it's a Christmas special. That reminded me of my grandma. You know, I used to watch Mr. Bean with my grandma when I was a little kid. She loved that. So, I just feel nostalgic. And then I watched a YouTube collection of like commercials that were on TV 20 years ago. You know what I mean? And honestly, some of them really made me feel like the warm and fuzzy, like stuff that I wouldn't even expect. Like this stupid commercial where it's like, was it Ritz? It must have been Ritz. And it was like little mini Ritz, and one had chocolate on them, and one had marshmallow on them, and they're about to sumo wrestle and make like s'mores Ritz sandwiches, something like that. Which is funny because like that's not how you make a s'more. It's like supposed to be a graham cracker, not a Ritz. But hey, go off. But something about it, I hadn't seen that commercial since like I was probably doing like a lost dungeon in Norath. You know what I mean? Like it just brought me right back to simpler times. Um, it was good. Some of the other commercials, I didn't even feel that old, and I was just like, damn, time flies, huh? But that one sent me back. Yeah, good time. But I hope everyone had a happy holiday. Tough season, could be, you know. But My ladder stance. Here we go. I'm over here messing around with no mana. Typical nonsense. Let me sit. But so when I woke up this morning, first thing I thought is I'm gonna go kill giants because I want to see how much coin these giants are dropping. Oh, somebody told the two boxer that I was talking shit and they logged off their cleric box. That's right. That's right. You're gonna get caught. Samwise, you have a great day at work today, okay? And New Year's is coming. I hope you have a great 2025. All right. Anyways, like I said, I'm not here to talk trash today. As much as I keep doing it, it's that's just an unfortunate. All right, because I'm not here to do that. I looted my corpse. How did that happen? Oh no. I didn't even see it happen. I right clicked it at some point and it went away. It must have just been turning right there. Whatever. It's fine. Like I said, I don't need a res as if I could get one because I already got the XP back. We'll just blast some more shit. This time carefully. It's just about preparation. You know what I mean? If you're playing a cleric in this game and you have mana, you're gonna do great. You heal yourself with that mana. You root the mob with that mana. You know? Do all the things you gotta do. You're a cleric with no mana. Okay, great. You have no options. You can try to melee it. You can pray for a proc, and when it don't proc, you can get killed. It is what it is. But anyways, we're like it says 34 mana, going up maybe a percent per tick, something like that. I'll just give it a little time. Just give it a little medi poo, and yeah, we'll be back in the action before you know it. It is bright and early. Sun's not up yet, so you could say we're just getting started. And even if the sun was up, you could still say we're just getting started. But either way, hang tight. I will be right back soon. I'm going to link the YouTube channel just in case you haven't followed the YouTube yet. What are you waiting for? We got exclusive content dropping. I dropped some recently. I will drop more again. I've been going. I got like 2 years backlog of PvP vids. Hey, Seawall, thanks for stopping in. I hope I can see you Sunday because I will be here live in effect Sunday, Swamptacular Splash Fest every Sunday in honor of Fippy Darkpaw. So that's just a little taste till then. Anyway, I'll be right back too because I need a little mana. I'm gonna grab a snack, power me through the next couple hours of EverQuest enjoyment. Be right back. I was debating fizzling all my mana on a symbol, and then I remembered I could just ask my buddy because unlike me, he uh he understood the assignment and got his skills up, and plus I think he that looks like a DW deep water BP, in which case I'm asking him for something mana free. I'm like, please symbol me. I can't do it. I've tried before. It's terrible. Thank you. I gotta work on my skills. Specialized Abjure. If I could just get regular Abjure up like that, that'd be great. My wisdom, it's not that bad, right? I'm pretty sure these skill ups are based on wisdom, right? 178. You'd think I'd be doing a little better. There we go. Abjure 42. Terrible. Pathetic. But at least it went up one. 42 is better than 41, they said. All right, blast another core ghoul. Big prop. Oh, Jin popped. That's going to be the AM placeholder for sure. It's nice to catch these things right when they pop because they cast like 5 or 6 buffs on themselves. Maybe even more. He's about 4 buffs deep, so there's no need to rush now. He's already pretty well done. Guess we'll kill it when we kill it. Definitely still double loot though. You saw that dual wielding froglock. You don't normally see that naturally. All right, what we got going on? Blast. Oh, the Jin's casting conflagration. It looks like luckily Gwen had a bash ready. So I don't have a stun up. If I memorize the stun now, it's not gonna be ready until the fight's over. It is what it is. Sometimes when the fight's almost over, I'll switch weapons. The smaller proc on this hammer, but a better ratio. There we go. It's the 273. The mini proc. Oh, 2 in a row. Nice. Alright, it's got a big proc though. Severely lacking big proc. And there we go. The XP is now like officially back to where it was before I died. It would have been nice if I had a corpse to res, but I goofed it up. That's somehow. I meant to like drag it somewhere where I wouldn't actually click it. I didn't do that. Couple procs that fight, right? 585 and 585. That's great. You gotta love that. It's like 1170, I believe. Total, right? I guess you. Oh, I loot. I just didn't hear the sound of the coins. Okay, but yeah, back to what I was saying before. When I first logged on the stream, before I got distracted by getting just enraged seeing the names of, confirmed two boxers online, still two boxing. Um, Before I got distracted by that, my plan was I want to go kill some giants and see what kind of coin they drop. Because I swear that even the coin is double right now, which is weird. I've never noticed that before in this double loot event. Double loot is a lot. Normally we had plus 50%. This is like extra special. But either way, like, here, let me delete this. Bad example. One plat, 12 gold. That's totally normal. You'll see that all the time in Duck. But that last one, 5 plat, that's very rare. And you'll see stuff like that a lot. It almost feels like maybe it's not doubling the potential coin. Like maybe if a hill giant caps out at, let's say, 50 plat, you're not going to get 100 plat from a hill giant. But it seems like you're getting double within the range. So like maybe if the average of a hill giant was 25 plat, maybe the average would be 50 plat. I don't know. I wanted to try this out, but I got all distracted and I was like, no, no, no. I'm just gonna play. I'm not gonna go to Chardock and just try to police two boxers all day. That's not my job. I want to enjoy the event too. So I'm here. I'm here enjoying the event. But I did forget my curiosity about those hill giants or any giants. I go mess with sand giants. I go mess with it's frost giants. I'd check it out, see if it feels boosted. It's one of those things where you can only get your own little data set. You can make assumptions, but I don't know. You know, you could just get really lucky 20 fights in a row. It doesn't mean or vice versa. It could be totally boosted and you could still be unlucky and it's gonna look worse than normal. You never know. So it is what it is. We'll just kill some frog locks. You see that? 4 plat, 8 gold. Seawall said that I might be the person who spent the most time in Guk on the planet. Okay, let's say that's true. This seems boosted. This seems like a lot of plat. As somebody who spends a lot of time here, admittedly, a lot of time. The platinum that's dropping off these frogs is very prosperous. All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna drop a link to the Discord. Okay, called the Swamp. And just because I'm posting this link doesn't mean that we're stopping the stream or something like that. No, we're just getting started. But I'm just before I forget, we have a Discord. We can keep in touch between streams. You get notified of the next stream, whatever. If you know, it's a great place to be. The water's fine. Not levitate wearing off. Looks like haste already wore off. Not getting the skill ups I want, but I'm gonna keep trying. I feel like Yelp's the way to go for abjuration skill. Nice and quick, nice and cheap. I just can't cast it over and over and over again. I gotta wait for the recast delay. That was Yelp 2. Let's try Yelp 3. Costs a little more, but maybe I'll get the skill ups faster. I think I've gotten one skill up with trying the Yelps, which is better than 0. That's how I got in the mess I'm in now. They're just not attempting anything. But anyways, let's see what repops instead of med. Right? Medding's boring. Chain pulling with no mana. That's what's up. No, I'm kidding. I'll med. Be right back. No, I'm back. Looks like Groin's fighting some. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. 50 mana. Now that's plenty of mana. We got one more Dar up here. Gut Ghoul Knight on the throne. Okay, well I fizzle y'all three a lot more, but I got to skill up first cast. I like the start. And even with all those fizzles, I didn't use that much mana. 4, 5, 5 fizzles. No skill up that time. Wonder what this actually gives me as a stat. I can look it up in the wiki, obviously. Okay, like 30 strength. Let's see if it gives any stamina, agility, dex, anything like that. It'd be nice if it gave me some dex, maybe get more procs. But... oh, a lot of fizzles. Didn't count them that time. Another skill up. Isn't this what the breastplate uses here? You will enjoy this. Yeah. Anyways. I'm good. I'm not mad about 2 boxers. Totally not. It's not gonna bother me. Other people are just enjoying EverQuest the way they need to. Apparently they need that crutch. Um, I can't relate. You know what I mean? But they're out there representing a good, unfortunately, a good percentage of the server right now, I'd say. Even a single boxer would represent a good percentage of the server. Whatever. Anybody get any good event drops? Event? I'm talking about the gifts. They're like no rent, lore, unstackable. Well, I guess if they're lore, why would they stack? They have the charge of bestow gift, I believe. Got some PvPs out there. Out in track teeth. Good to see a little yellow text in the morning. Signs of life. Abjuration 45. Nice. Now we're doing it. We're really doing it. I'm gonna get a stun up though. Surely the other one in this room. You found some canned chicken noodle soup. There you go. Breakfast of champions. I do love me some canned soup. Can't lie. Soup is a great food. Okay. I'm gonna look at this room. I know I saw there was a Gut Ghoul Knight on the throne, which is tough. Those are tough, but it's probably one of the ones you'd rather fight. Like it can't nuke you, so it's a lot less spooky. We got a Jin Ghoul. Those are tough. 24 degrees Fahrenheit in a few hours. There you go. Decent upgrade. Almost almost above freezing, not quite. All right, let's see. I would like to pull the Jin Ghoul Wizard. That's my goal, I think. Danubius, welcome to the show. We're just getting started over here. It's Thursday morning, bright and early. We do this every Thursday morning. We do this every Sunday morning. The Sunday one, we go we go on and on and on. Like Fippy Darkpaw, we just keep charging the gates on Sunday. Difference between Carhartt overalls, just a jacket. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, you gotta prepare for the worst. If it's that cold out, it's not just about the walk that you're going on. It's what could happen on that walk. What if you slip and fall, and you're spending an extra half hour outside? You gotta bundle up for that. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be realistic. Things you never know. Gotta be careful. And on this Red 99 PvP server, same thing applies, right? You gotta be ready for anything. Prepare for the worst, or something like that. What I get for Christmas? Great question. I have anything I could show you? I got a really cool pair of hand warmers. They're plug-in hand warmers. I work outside, and I thought that was a really thoughtful gift for me because I do I do be outside where it gets cold, and a couple hand warmers could go a long way. How about you? Let me see. Backlight. Wow, I'm just struggling with the mouse clicks today. Okay, pacify this one. All right, perfect. Okay, so that just leaves the throne unpacified. I do want to try to pacify it, but I had a feeling this one would resist, so I didn't really. Oh, we're good. And I didn't even take off my negative charisma gear, so that was pretty lucky. Let's pull it with a big dispel. Because like I said before, these Jin Ghouls really buff themselves up. All the wizards do, but its buffs are effective. Ouch! Justin Beard, that's rough. I'm sorry for Santa's unfortunate incident. Um, yeah, that's funny though. Repop down the hall. Oh no. Oh no. There's another dispel. This should be just great. Did I fizzle that dispel? Yeah. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not reading. I'm just trying to like watch spell bars. And yeah. I'm still getting burned. That's crazy. Isn't isn't Nullify Magic a good one? Or no, I'm thinking of a Null Magic. Nullify Magic only takes off 2. So yeah, that took extra craft. Whatever. I thought it was the one that took off 4. Last time I got a place with a fireplace was 30 years ago. Yeah, it's like kind of ancient technology, it feels like. Harnessing the power of fire directly in your home. It's like I feel like we've moved past that. Not no, I mean fireplaces are still really cool. I'm not like trying to trash talk fireplaces. Um, but I just feel like technology like left people have like heaters now instead. Fireplaces are like for the ambiance or whatever. It's less about heating the home and more about burning some wood and enjoying it. Sir Pock, what's up? There you go. Yeah, the Yule log video. Uh-oh. Groin was rooted, and I just assumed he was gonna chase this thing, and I did not. All's well that ends well. It's a free pull. We'll take this wizard back, right? Ah, you got another ad. I got the ad. I was trying to avoid this one. This is easy though. Lawn Ghoul Knight's not hard. As long as it doesn't root me. Go over here. The issue will be is if that Darghoul paths through, sees that rooted one, and then decides to act through it. So I'm not. Got two or three of us both fight. I'm not sure what he's doing over there. Looks like he's fighting the wand just outside this room. Okay. Yeah. Everything's under control. Yeah, I bet like if you have the Yule log video going on a nice TV, you know, you put the TV low on the wall and maybe like light a candle or something that like smells like a fire. Because you know they got scented candles for everything. Get some sort of like fireplace scented candle. I'm sure you'd feel it exactly, you know? It'd be just like. Yeah, so growing up, I had a house that had a chimney, but no fireplace. And so I always assumed the chimney was for show. But looking back at it, I bet there's a fireplace behind a wall. You know what I mean? That makes more sense than just building a chimney for show. Um, you know, I don't know. Just something I've thought about this season, especially because of, you know, Santa. McDonald's has a fireplace? That's what's up. That's a deluxe McDonald's. I remember when McDonald's had character like that. Maybe not like I've never seen a fireplace at one, but like just not being the same cookie cutter, like kind of a drab design that they all have. It's a shame. It's a shame when they tear down one of them authentic mid-century McDonald's that got like that iconic roof and then put up one of them, you know, tall box McDonald's. Like, I don't know. Boring. The clinical depression design. Oh boy. I don't know. I see it all the time. I've been seeing it, you know, not just at McDonald's. Tearing down old, you know, like the Gilded Age. Where I'm from, I guess after the Civil War, things were pretty good up here, right? Up here in the north, they were like all of a sudden flush with cash and just building elaborate structures. Anyway, they've been tearing all them down, building boring stuff. Probably, you know, it's probably for safety or something, but I don't know. It's just I grew up seeing a certain architecture and then just see it replaced little by little. It's kind of sad, but that's time, you know. Like watching those nostalgic commercials. It seems like only yesterday, but it wasn't. It wasn't only yesterday. In fact, it's like literal decades past. Anyways, not in Guck. Guck's just right, just fine, just warm enough, just moist enough, and the XP is flowing. The platinum is rolling, and the froglocks are croaking. I'm trying to loot. I should just turn Hide Corpse looted on, right? I wouldn't be getting into this mess if I would just do that. There we go. Don't want to miss out on the 7 gold. Could have been anything. Could have been a holiday gift. Right? That's still going on? We're still getting holiday drops? I haven't seen one yet all stream, but we're only just getting started, so keep at it. Alright. 17 whole players. Groin tells me he got a telescope in one of these gifts last night. Nice. That's definitely cool. That's the coolest thing I've heard of yet. Ugh. I accidentally just tabbed out while I was turning. You ever do that? Or like strafing? I don't know what I don't know what exactly happened, but I hit the Windows key and it like tabbed me out for a sec. It's like the button got stuck, but I couldn't unstick. We're good. 40% to 53. I probably would be halfway through by now if I, you know, die and not res my corpse, but it is what it is. No use crying over spilled XP. It was only a couple kills worth. During this bonus at least. If it wasn't during the bonus, it would have been, you know, half a dozen kills worth. Still isn't even worse. Rain coming with record high warmth for you at the end of the year? Wow. Hey, at least it's not snowing. But, it happens. Some years are warm, right? But when it happens year after year, it keeps breaking its own records. You know, it almost seems too obvious what's going on, but not in Guck. Let's leave that stuff for the real life for now. I like Guck's weather. Its climate is so consistent. This game has been so consistent for me, right? For decades now. Love it. Comforting. I just sometimes I gotta stop myself before I start getting too carried away. You know what I mean? Oh my god. I pulled my eye patch. Anyone ever pull their eye patch on purpose? It's got 50 HP. That's a decent amount. Sometimes you need that. But that was an accident. I don't know why I did. I think I went to just look at it and marvel in its stats, but I left clicked instead of right clicked. Sorry, if you die from pulling an HP item, like if your HP is too low and you pull the HP item off, you don't lose XP. Important. There's a Dar. Oh, first swing proc. Love it. Can we get a second swing proc? No. Can we get a third swing proc? No. Keep trying. That's Fippy Darkpaw will keep trying to proc, right? I'm gonna keep trying to proc. Alright, Roaring got aggro, thank God. Looks like he used Flash of Light to do it. That's interesting. I've never tried that as an aggro. I'm not a pally, right? I know nothing of the pally way of life as the Shadow Knight main. In fact, quite the opposite. I never thought of that, using blind as a crowd control. Oh, triple proc that shit. Like, it's a lot of damage. But I like the idea of the blind. It probably switches its proximity aggro, right? Like he stood closer, well, that he had aggro. I mean, I guess you could do that with root too, but blind deeper, faster. It's interesting. Very interesting. And if I cast blind and he stands closer, it would probably work the same, right? I'm making a lot of assumptions here based on seeing something happen once, but it's getting the gears turning. See, as a Shadow Knight, when I wanted aggro, I would just spam Disease Cloud, right? That's how it worked. It was, and by spam, I mean casting it once was usually enough. Cast it twice, you got aggro for the whole fight. It doesn't matter what the rogue's doing. It doesn't matter how many times the wizard's sitting down. You know what I mean? Like this, it was holding. They nerfed that a long time ago now. Now you got to cast varied spells and hope hope and pray that you're overcoming the DPS of your group when you're tanking it. It's not what it used to be. I've even found myself using the taunt button sometimes, which is as a Shadow Knight, it was not something I was doing in early Red 99. You know what I mean? It was one button tanking Disease Cloud all day. So easy, too easy. I miss that. Really miss that. But hey, if it wasn't classic, then I'm glad they fixed it. Every change they make, if it's bringing us closer to an actual classic representation, great. But they got to keep in mind, classic EverQuest never had a decade of Velius. You know, it didn't. A lot of things that were living that were not lived before. So it is what it is. It's a whole new thing here. But I think they could do a classic. You know, could meaning in the future. Wipe it clean, please. Start fresh. Give us a real classic. It'll be great. Whether or not we deserve that, I don't know. But I would sure appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. All the past patches they've done, the past few, have all been like, when I say totally irrelevant, I don't mean that in a harsh way. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean as far as the servers that are out are past the timeline of when these changes happen, right? They're like fixing stuff retroactively, but then making it so now you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by irrelevant. It like functionally isn't really changing anything. They know asterisks. There's a couple things here and there, like pacify change has definitely been tweaked a couple times. That's relevant. But as far as like you read the patch notes and it's a bunch of stuff that will be relevant on a new server. You know what I mean? That's a glimmer of hope. That's a glimmer of hope. But don't hold your breath because it could be still 10 years down the line. Who knows? It's their project and they're going to release things on their own schedule. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm going to go watch this. I gotta see this. My friend just told me something popped. I'm not gonna say what it is yet. I'll let you guys see too. But something cool, something exciting. I would call it top tier. And that gives it all away, right? It's not too many things I gave that S rating here in Gawk, but this is one of them. Ghoul Cavalier. What a freaking powerhouse of a mob he is. As far as just great drops. Plat wise. One of the drops is great. The common drop. I said I was just coming to watch, but here I am blasting it up. Oh wow, I proc on it too. I don't even need to cast it. I'm stuck talking. There we go. Oh, he took one and he left one for me. Oh, I was gonna say, look, it's double epilots, but he only looted one. I'm like, wait, is the event over? But he left it for me. But yeah, these are great. It's like almost 190 plat at the vendor. So, Guck provides. Are there better ways to make platinum in this game? Sure. But are there better ways to make platinum in Guck? I think this might be that might be one of the best camps you could do. As Logan, Chill Logan, shout out, showed me there's there is better though, and that would be at the top of the throne here, the Ghoul Lord. We're only looking at a placeholder right now, but the Ghoul Lord can drop the SSOY, which is actually like 240 plat. So okay, could be better, but 190 plat for such an easy kill. Oh, gotta love it. But why choose? Kill them both. Even better. I need mana though. Before I pull any Guck Ghoul Knights, one of the toughest things you can fight in the zone. I definitely need some mana. And I guess we'll wait for Groin to finish his mission. I think he's gonna go kill the gargoyles. Terrific. Another A plus camp. There he goes. Yep. See the gargoyle eyes. Um, almost 10 plat each. They vendor for the same as a Peridot. 1 for 1. Gargoyle eyes equal Peridots as far as vendor plat. So it's like, I don't know, during this event, I've only casually killed the gargoyles. I haven't really been doing much off cam. Besides, like I said, trying to police 2 boxers in Chardock, as if that was my job. Um, Now, as far as PvE goes, I've only really killed the gargoyles a couple times on my Shadow Knight. Just, clear them, camp, pop on later, clear them, camp, whatever. I got 3 stacks of gargoyle eyes doing that very, very casually here and there. You know what I mean? Like, that adds up. That's a lot of platinum. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Anyways, speaking of loving it, I sure love EQ. What an enjoyable game. It's my comfort game, my elf sim of choice, especially if I need it Y2K compliant. There's no better. So we're here. Lower Guck, the best Guck. Upper Guck's cool too. I like the whole Guck package, right? Swamp, upper, lower, just great. Terrific. Really immersive experience. It's the first zone I ever played EverQuest in. Went to Tree Rat's house. Must have been 7th grade. And he was showing me this cool new game. And he had me roll I don't think he influenced me in any way what to pick. I think I picked it myself as far as a troll warrior. But yeah, he let me, play on his computer, roll a troll warrior and mess around. And I was splashing around the swamp, and I'll never forget, killing snakes, killing rats, looting snake scales and rat ears, and vendoring them for like 8 copper. Just thinking this is so cool, so immersive. You know what I mean? What a I can't even say I didn't know that I'd still be playing that game 20 years later, 25 years later. You know what I mean? Did I know that? I feel like I almost did know. It was like that magical. It was like, yes, this is just right. Loving this. So anyway, once I got my own account, I made a troll warrior, but I wasn't as brave as Tree Rat. Tree Rat had me playing on whatever PvP service, probably Rallis. Um, when I was at his house, you know what I mean? But and that's what he stuck. He stuck with PvP. But I went to a blue server. My computer wasn't. You know what I mean? I can make a million excuses about my modem, my graphics card, whatever it was. I was shook. I played blue, and I had a great time for a long time. And then the red beta dropped, and I was like, oh, I'll go help out with a beta test. I enjoy EverQuest. I'm just a quiet play around this community, and I had like a level 35 cleric on blue or something before it was called blue, when it was just called Project 1999. And I don't think anybody knew me. But I went to red. And it was like just such a different experience. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, people start slaying some kids, and they know you. It was great. The beta was great. The fact they wiped it and launched a new server was so thrilling. Um, the launch of Red. I mean, the Seawall was in chat earlier, and we were reminiscing about this. And shout out to Samwise stopping in too. It was terrific turnout this morning in chat. We were just reminiscing about the good old days. Red, day one in the swamp, just how rugged and raw shit was. Seawall remembers me there. I remember Seawall there. I requested ASCII with grit. Oh yeah, dude. I was um I was just saying I want to try one of those games. Those are like before my time. I did play some old games like I think Zork Zero was probably the most notable like text-based game I ever played growing up. But that was it's before my time. I was I was on some vintage kick as a young child, I guess. But I've never played any of the like early I don't even know what it's called. Elder Scrolls or whatever, like the really early ones, like the or like wizardry. I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube about you know the history of RPGs, et cetera, et cetera, and I see a lot of games that look really cool and really fun from the 80s. It's like, damn, I didn't even know. I wasn't there. I didn't know you guys had it like that. Pretty cool. Okay, fine. I was born in the mid 80s, but that does I mean that doesn't really count. Um, Wizardry looks really cool, especially. I think I went to go play it and found out it's like not free. I was gonna have to like pay. I was like, oh, try. I'll check a different game out. Because not that I'm not gonna buy a game, but it's just I wasn't what I was in the mood to do, I guess. I was thinking like, oh, an '80s game, I should be able to play that in like a browser for free. People want to get paid for their work, I guess. Who could blame them? Looks like they worked really hard on that stuff. You know what I mean? Like groundbreaking stuff. I did play Rogue once upon a time, a long time ago. I think my uncle showed me that one, and I did not like it. Yeah, I thought it was way too hard. Um, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. But now, one of my favorite categories of games is roguish. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful that I did get to experience, you know, the OG. And maybe I would try it again as, an adult with more patience and appreciation for the genre. But yeah, that was a lot. Pong and D&D, right, right. It was there's a steep learning curve on that one, I would have to say. But yeah, okay. So Zork Zero. Anybody ever played any of the Zork games? I guess there was a whole line of them. Zork Zero is the prequel. It's not like the classic. It's kind of a deeper cut compared to just Zork, I guess. But Zork Zero, I actually played a lot of. Must have been my aunt's computer. One of those, the apples with the little screen and the green on black. Um, I play that at my grandma's house. Right, it's just I would use the system, right? Because it wasn't you weren't playing on the computer. You were using it, right? Because it had very important stuff like word processors. You know what I mean? Like this is a tool of the future. Is that what's called a 2E? See, I was young. I don't even remember. I remember it was an Apple. But anyway, so with the big floppies, and so anyway, Zork Zero. was very intriguing to me because it was like a white box and it said Zork Zero and it was a pretty plain box. But then you opened it up and there was like so much stuff in there. There was like a booklet, there was like a couple maps, I believe, like just stuff. It's loaded with goodies and stuff. You know, part of it to probably make sure that you're not like pirating the software, you know what I mean? Like go to page whatever and enter the code, you know, stuff like that. That was the early copyright protection. Um, I'm pretty sure it had something like that going on. But also it had like these maps and other kind of like clues because as far as I remember, you're just thrown into this game, and there's like a mailbox. You could check the mail, and there's like a letter from the jester or something like that. It's just like just drip dripping you little clues here and there, and you know, you go north, you go south, you like type all these commands to command line. It's all like text based, but it was so cool, and I remember just getting so deep into it. Never beat it, never beat it, but I did explore a lot of the game. I did get some of the, I did advance some things. I don't remember specifically too much other than some of the puzzles. I remember stuff like where you had to. It's like there were like things that weighed different amounts, and you had to stack them, like where you didn't put anything that weighed more on top of the lesser weight, or you crush it or whatever like that. You had to sort things. I feel like there's a couple puzzles like that. A lot of it was just kind of making a map as you went so that you can retrace your steps and get back to these places once you find, you know, the item that'll let you continue. Which it wasn't telling you any of this stuff straight up. You'd have to like guess and check. You'd have to be like, give the torch to the jester. You know what I mean? And it would be like nothing seems to happen. Stuff like that. You'd have to just keep trying little commands. It was very fun. Anyways, I don't know if I'm a huge nerd, but yeah, I used to. Okay, I'm about to expose myself as kind of a huge nerd here. No offense to nerds. I don't mean that in a derogatory way because listen, I'm one of you. I used to program games on the TI-83 calculator back in school. This is what I was doing instead of English class, instead of I can't even name other classes. This is how checked out I was at school. I was on my calculator, just programming games, and my inspirations, heavy inspirations, EverQuest, Zork Zero, right? Like that whole text-based, like kind of guess and check. You don't know what's going on, and Dragon Warrior. You know what I mean? Dragon Warrior and EverQuest taught me about grinding. You know what I mean? Like I always had that mindset where like good games required a lot of work. So I'd make like the grindiest text-based RPG adventure, and I shouldn't say adventure because it wasn't an adventure. It was like the opposite of that because it was text-based. But you know what I'm saying? Like I would make these grindy games, and I wish I could find a copy of these, but they're all, you know, on calculators. Who knows where they are now? 20 plus years ago, right? The cartel games. So that's how I learned. It was a game called Drug Dealer that was going around, which I'm sure you all played. But anyway, I reverse engineered the code, and that's how I learned how to. So all I knew was what was used in that game, which was a lot of rand and a lot of tables. Yeah, it was called. It's you know what I'm talking about, the graphing calculators. I don't know. 20 years ago, I'm sure they probably still make parents buy these for their kids for school, but this was like a requirement for math class, maybe in ninth grade or something like that. And it was probably my first day of ninth grade. We were sitting in the assembly, whatever, you know, the auditorium. Well, they were like calling kids names for attendance. It was some weird thing that, like, I don't know why. They must have not known what. rooms we were going to or something, and they had to like give us our schedule, something like that. It was, it's back in the day. It was a long time ago, you guys. Anyway, I remember being in the auditorium. Kids like had their calculators out with like chords, and they were just like, "Here, you want it?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." Anyway, they pumped me a couple games. One of them was called Drug Dealer, and it was like a text-based game where you would, yeah, buy and sell stuff for profit, and there was like random events or whatever. Like there was actually a lot going on, so I was able to look at the code there and like, oh, this is how it works, and I just ran with it for probably 4 years straight in school. I was okay, maybe not because Pokemon. I was into Pokemon at some point too. I got a Game Boy and was playing. Must have been Red version. I remember. Yeah, I named a Rattata after my math teacher because she looked like one. And anyway, I would always use that Rattata during class in case I got in trouble, so I could show her what I was doing, and it was gonna be like her as a rat. It never came up, luckily, because I probably would have got in a lot of trouble. She wouldn't have found that as funny as I did. But that was what I was up to. Anything but school. But I was there. I showed up. Right? It was now apparently that was what really mattered because I did fine, but I was not participating. But anyway, this is not an endorsement how to live. Stay in school, kids. Do your homework. But anyway, that's something that I never really followed up on, right? You would think if somebody spent all their free time in quotes because it was school time. Somebody spends all their free time at school programming, self-taught programmer. You'd think they would go on to program, right? No, I never did. Never got into that life at all. Maybe I should see what's goody. I did go to school for a little bit, and I did take some courses, and I learned. Let's say I learned the error of my ways. There's a lot better ways that even the drug dealer game could have been programmed. You know what I mean? And because that's what I learned based on, I was not very efficient. I think it was the first time I learned what an array was. It like totally blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, if I had this technology, I would have been unstoppable. Yeah, the scrolling shooter on the TI-83. I remember that one. Groin's reminiscing in group chat right now. Um, I did not program anything like that, and I must have been in like 11th grade or something when kids started passing around a new operating system for the TI-83. I forget what it was called. It's called like Oasis or something like that. That might have been what it was called. Whatever it was like once you had that operating system, now you could get like some crazy games. There's like a Mario port for TI-83 if you I'm gonna keep saying Oasis without confirming whatever it was called. I remember that, but I couldn't reverse engineer any of those games. I couldn't figure out how to open, you know, the back ends of these programs. It was all very boxed off. I probably didn't try too hard either. I was having enough fun playing those games. But anyways, yeah, I remember one time I like printed the source code for my calculator RPG. I think as a way to like try to back up the file, as if I was gonna like had to recreate it by re-entering it line by line. That might be a better chance of finding that, in a box full of papers than finding a calculator that still runs that with it installed. I feel like that's a very far-fetched thing. Um, I remember another program I made, which was actually pretty popular. Kids wanted this one. The RPG I couldn't sell too many kids on. I wasn't like selling it for cash, but I always wanted testers, and I thought it was something other people would enjoy. So I was, I passed it around to a few people. Definitely, a few people had that RPG and enjoyed it. Um, but the the popular program I made, um, I called it the insult generator, and it was just exactly what it sounds like. You would press like generate insult or something like that, and it would just shoot out like a combination of like three parts. I had like three different lists that it was just rolling the dice and choosing off of. It'd be like, you know, you, you know, suck, and part three would be like farts, something like that, or like maybe it wouldn't even have it. Like I think I would have like a blank as an option too. So maybe it would say just you suck and have a blank third part. It's just something stupid like that. Kids love that. That was very popular. I don't, like instead of saying you, it might be like your mom. Just very very juvenile program. But anyway, that was popular. It had billions of combinations for unique insults all day. Um, yep. Anyway, blast from the past. That one was very simple because it just generated three numbers. Used those three numbers to, you know, reference a table and print print the results. And okay, so I also made a word generator, which I liked the word generator, but it wasn't as silly as the insult generator. And it was a very similar concept, but it was actually slightly more complicated because instead of having three separate lines, because I did it the easy way, where line one was part one, line two was part two, line three was part three. So as long as I could fit the part of the insult in one line, everything's spaced out great. But when you're trying to make a word, now I would have to also count the number of characters in this segment and then like start printing it like past where it finished so I wasn't like overlapping letters or adding weird spaces. So this one, slightly more complicated, but it was the same program, right? Part one, part two, part three, all getting randomly generated, and it would be like, part one anti, part two um, fart, part three ology, and put it all together and just you generate a word, it'd be like anti-fartology, hilarious. I thought that one was hilarious. Like I said, it was less silly than, this is what I did instead of saying. And I said it on stream once that at home, when I couldn't get online to play EverQuest, I would use my EverQuest screenshots, um, and I would like go in paint and like, select out icons and stuff like that. I was like basically trying to collect all the assets to create my own EverQuest with blackjack, hookers. You know what I mean? That I could play without being online. I thought that would be really cool. But it was more of like a point and click. I couldn't do any sort of 3D stuff. Oh yeah, dude, Guck is safe and secure. I can't say the same for the rest of the server right now. Don't know what's going on out there. But here in Guck, it's just fine. But yeah, all this talk about it almost makes me want to recreate the word generator because that'd be, like I said, I didn't know about arrays when I was a young self-taught TI-83 programmer. You know what I mean? And other such, things that would have made the code a lot shorter. But, okay, so the point of it was like I was saying before, that RPG, I printed the source code at school one time. I like plugged the calculator into a printer, whatever, plugged it into a computer. Whatever way I was able to print the code, and it was so long. Like I definitely would have got in trouble if I got caught using the library printer like that, or whatever it was. It's just the pages just kept coming. I didn't really, you can't tell how long your code is on the calculator, but once you print it out and it just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming, it's just like, oh God, what have I done? But yeah, that game was too many lines of code because, like I said, I was very inefficient. I only knew stuff like, you know, assigning assigning integers as variables, referencing those variables for it might have even just been I might have even not used a table. It might have been like if a series of if thens, else, whatever. Like it was so rudimentary, but yeah, you could do a lot with that if you're so determined. But anyways, I'm over here like totally buff west. I don't even know where my friend went. I'm gonna guess north. Oh, there he is. Yep. North. But yeah, we're just getting started over here. It's been fun so far. I'm not I don't want to apologize because I stand by what I said. I don't like sharing the server with cheaters. You know what I mean? Like it's a PvP server. You know what I mean? Go do that shit on blue. Um, you won't. No balls. But anyway, I don't like the boxing. It had me feeling a certain way just seeing names on the who all list with such a short list of players. You know what I mean? You see somebody who last time you seen them, they were two boxing. You see both those characters on. I was feeling a certain type of way, but I'm in a better mood now. I'm just like, but I'm not taking it back. I don't like that shit. Embarrassed for you. But anyways, halfway through 53. I have like a criminal amount of nail. Must have on a nuke damn thing for a while. Anyway. Oh, juicy drops. Big dot. Dawnfire cracking again. Get hasted. Hasten. Hold on a sec. Be right back. Little ninja AFK mid-fight. Don't you love it when people do this? Especially the cleric. Be right back. I wonder what the latest model of graphing calculator is. You know, they're way past 83 now, right? They got beyond the TI 5000. I took off the negative prism this time. It worked just great. I don't know why I have these like backwards. Feels better. I keep trying to spam 5 with my left hand to, refresh the global cooldown. But 5 for some reason was a spell. And I was going to need to refresh global cooldown with 7, which would take my right hand, but my right hand's on the mouse. It doesn't even make sense. I don't know. I don't know why my keys were stuck so stupid like that this whole time. Just makes more sense to me. Page 35. I feel like that's a good one, but I dropped it. Alright. I'll look it up. If it drops off at Jingul, it's probably a decent one. Pillage Enchantment. Research only. Yep, that's a good one. Alright. Next. I'm going to repacify just because I think probably already wore off. Once upon a time, 7-minute passy, like, we had all day. I think we're down to like, or I should say up to like almost a 4-minute passy, right? Last patch changed it. Kind of a happy medium between, the pre-nerf passy and the nerf passy, because they nerfed it down to like under 2 minutes briefly there. That was rough. I guess I'll save the rest of the mana for emergency. There's a proc. There's another proc. You don't like all these procs. Okay, so it's blind, but it's still attacking me. So it's not proximity with blind. Blind must have just gave him a little bit of aggro. But like I said, I was making a lot of bold assumptions based on seeing one thing one time. Good thing I kept that mana. Like, I'll save that for emergency. 2 seconds later, emergency. Yeah, now I'm thinking about playing Game Boy, right? I said it was probably red version. That sounds familiar to, you know what I mean? It seems right. I played silver version later on. I feel like when I was in school playing instead of paying attention, it was red version. But it was that was a cool game, you know what I mean? What a cultural phenomenon, huh? Pokemon. I got into it a little late as far as the Game Boy game. I'll say that's another one I think Tree Rat showed me. I was familiar with the concept, right? Because I've said this on stream before too, but it was a long time ago, so maybe none of you were here yet. But once, way back in the day, I was a kid with a couple dollars in my pocket at the store, and I saw an Entertainment Weekly magazine with the X Files on the cover, right? Loved that show. I was, I should have probably been in bed when it was on, but I was a big X Files fan as a kid, and it was, it was the hotness. So anyway, I bought an Entertainment Weekly magazine because I thought it'd be a good collector's item. You I still actually have it in great condition. Uh, it's been read, so it's maybe not mint condition, but it's at least very good. Anyway, um, I, I I did enjoy this magazine because it had a lot of cool stuff in it, including a story about a TV show in Japan called Pocket Monsters that like gave a kid a seizure or multiple kids, something like that. There was like some flashing light sequence that you know, that this was newsworthy, and I read about it in a magazine because that's one of the ways to get news back in these pre the before times, whatever. Anyway, so I was familiar with Pocket Monsters thoroughly, but as far as they were here in America as Pokemon, I didn't know. He showed me that game on the Game Boy. I thought it was so awesome, and then I remember the summer that the card game hit. I was already a Magic player, so I never really got into Pokemon cards beyond just another avenue to collect Magic cards. I had some Pokemon cards because I would, whatever. If a trade's a good trade, I'll take the good trade. So I would trade Magic for Pokemon, Pokemon for Magic, whatever. So I did have some Pokemon cards, but I just thought it was so cool that like everybody was into it. You know what I mean? Kids had their trade binders out, and you know, and they quickly got banned from school once school was back in session. Which was unfortunate because I was expecting, card games everywhere at school, but they got very quickly banned. I think some kid got like ripped off for a freaking Charizard or whatever. So you know, nobody can have cards anymore. Something, whatever happened. Anyway, honestly, unlike EverQuest, I'm very surprised that the card games are still going on all these years later. You know what I mean? Like it seemed very fun. It seemed like a cool thing, but like it also seemed like a trend. You know what I mean? Like as somebody who had been through Pogs and seen Beanie Babies, you know what I mean? Like all these like things came and went. It's just how kids were. Like, I don't want to say short attention spans, but the next new thing would take our attention, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, nobody's playing Pogs anymore, dude. Cotton-headed ninny muggins, what's up? So you know what I mean? If I had known that Pokemon would be so important for so many people for so many decades, maybe I would have, collected some stuff and saved it for my future. But I didn't. I just, I thought Pokemon was pretty cool, but it was never my huge thing. But I did very much enjoy the game. What a fun game. There's Here's a rare cut. Anybody ever play the PlayStation game? What was it called? Guardians Crusade. I believe the Japanese release was. translated to Knight and Baby, but the American release, which I think is actually pretty original, was called Guardians Crusade. Anyway, that was like the closest thing to Pokemon I could ever, relate as far as they called them living toys, and you had living toys that were like your, I don't want to say your party because they weren't your party. You could summon them during battle to help you, and some of them would kind of persist. Some of them were like single use per fight. They all did different. I don't know. That was like guard. That was cool. But the way Pokemon was, where you could level up these guys, that was just like everything I loved about a game. Because, like I told you, I love grindy games. I was very convinced for a game to be good, it needed to be grindy. And Pokemon took it to a whole nother level as far as you can just keep grinding forever if you want, really. Growing, you had Muhammad Ali boxing on the Game Boy, and then Tetris. Nice. On the big brick Game Boy, or was it? I never got a Game Boy until they were onto the pockets, and actually I bought a used Game Boy Pocket, so it was probably had already been out for quite a while at this point, but loved that thing. The, Here's the funny part. I remember this speaking as a kid who played Magic the Gathering. I remember I went to a pawn shop, or yeah, it might have been called a consignment shop, but it looked more like a pawn shop looking back at it. Um, but I went into some secondhand store and they had a magic binder, and I flipped through the magic binder and saw lots of amazing cards, right? Um, this binder probably would have been $1 million+ in today's money. Um, but it wasn't hot like that yet. And I remember, looking at the cards and asking them, oh, how much for this one, how much for that one. They didn't really know anything about Magic. They're like, I don't know, $10 on any of these, something like that, whatever. I was like, okay, noted. But they had a Game Boy, and I ended up buying a Game Boy. And for the price of that Game Boy, I probably could have bought like a friggin' playset of Beta Underground Seas and like some power. You know what I mean? But I bought a Game Boy and Pokemon Red instead, and I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, that was it was those days when dual lands for $10 were like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll think about it. Um, you know, I know. See, okay, so if there was a Black Lotus, I probably would have bought the Black Lotus, just because, like, even early on, that was a very noteworthy card. Um, but I feel like they had other power, and I was just like, whatever. There's definitely plenty of like the whole binder was probably beta. You know what I mean? And it was just like that was okay. That was okay. I don't think it was alpha, but who knows? Either way, like I said, it was probably $1 million binder in today's money, and I just flipped past it. Um, this is you gotta keep in mind this was like kind of dark days for Magic as far as I think they probably had just released like maybe like Portal or Portal 2, something like whatever it was. It was just like people were just not liking the sets, and there was the power level was so low, and I feel like an Invasion reinvigorated Magic, or maybe it was no Urza's when they finally started doing foils and Urza's Legacy, like Urza's Saga was I don't know. Maybe I'm not the right one to speak on this because I was such a casual scrub in the Magic world of the 90s. Um, so I can't really speak on what was general consensus. I was a kid. I didn't go to my first Friday Night Magic until Mercadian Masks. But I was hooked. I played so much Friday Night Magic, almost every Friday for years after that. Seventh edition. I was like Beautiful set. Love the art in seventh edition. Love the way the foils look. Right, black border with those arts. Amazing. My favorite set, I'd have to say. Its power level is, leaves something to be desired, but it was, sometimes it's about more than how broken the card is. Thorn Elemental, hell yeah. Man, I got beat by that card so much. Rishidan Port. I had one of those. And everybody, that was like the one question. People would see the Rishidan Port. Just for trade? Nope. My deck, dude. I only had one. And I was like the only person I knew who had one. But like I said, I was a casual scrub. I didn't know the pros. Um, yeah, Rishidan Port. Oh, great card. I was kids only wanted Rishport and Wasteland, says Groyan. Yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, I played Commander back when it was called EDH, Elder Dragon Highlander. That was like a big thing at the local game shop, and Rishport was like so good for me. It was so good to bust that card out again. You know what I mean? Because it had been just kind of sitting collecting dust for me after it left standard. Um, I hadn't had much use to play it anymore, but yeah, EDH with the big decks. Yep, yep. Oh, that was so good. We didn't know Cradle was going to be $1,000. That's so true. I actually found a Cradle in the trash one time. Not even joking. It was beat up. It was a pile of beat up cards. Somebody just like threw out all their H HP stuff, their heavy play slash damaged cards, and Cradle. This is back when it was not $1,000, but it was still good. I was ever straight up refused to play someone. No, I would usually give it a shot, but you do it all the time. Hilarious. Um, for a while, I would just show up to tournaments with no deck, just trying to trade peeps, just bring my binder. So I guess in that regard, because be like, you want to face me? That was a classic question. You want to face me? Like, nope. You got trades? Nope. Okay. Um, yeah, I just hang out. I haven't done that in so long, honestly. Like, even before the pandemic shut things down, I feel like that kind of it must have changed the world. I haven't been to an F&M even way before that. Listen. I'm trying to be better about it, but I'm the kind of person where if somebody like to me crosses me, you know what I mean, does me dirty, I don't really forgive. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to be better about that, but my local game shop closed down. So I had to go explore the area to find other local game shops. And I bounced around. I finally found one that was okay. And it became my card shop. And that's where I would go spend my money on cards. You know what I mean? And at the time, I was spending a good amount of money. So the owner was cool with me. He was very, wouldn't you be cool with somebody who's dropping money at your store? So he was cool and he offered to do me a favor. He's like, if you give me the cash now, I'll pre-order a case for you of the next set. The next set being Zendikar. No, Battle for Zendikar. Not Zendikar. Battle for Zendikar. But that was a big deal because it had the first round of boxes had the potential of the treasures or whatever. Or no, not the treasures. All of the boxes were going to have expeditions. This was not. I'm getting Zendikar and Battle for Zendikar confused, but this was Battle for Zendikar, so it was not treasures. It was expeditions. But either way, there was a lot of hype around BFZ before the launch. So anyway, I pre-ordered a case. I gave him the cash straight up for a case before it came out, and he was going to order me that case. And part of the way he sold me on this, because I didn't wasn't sure if I wanted a case, but he said I'll give you 6 buy-a-box promos if you give me the cash to pre-order a case. Like, because he was like, help me out, like I need, basically he was telling me his problems and how he needed help buying these cards, whatever, trading cards in the mail. Oh, I had a terrible experience with that. God hand goob. What's up? Good morning. But yeah, the story at hand. Point is, it's not that he ripped me off on the case. I got my case, but he pretended that he didn't have the buy a box promos. But I knew he did because I seen them. I seen the buy a box promos, and he's telling me that they didn't send them to him. And meanwhile, he's got them listed on his online store. And I said, no, you promised me 6 buy-a-box promos. Give me 6 buy-a-box promos. You know what I mean? Anyway, I ended up telling the guy off. I never stepped foot in his store again. I talk shit about it all the time. Um, you know, Steve, eat a dick. you know, years I've been holding this grudge over. What was the buy-a-box promo for that set? I believe it was Ruinous Path, a literal bulk rare. This dude was willing to, throw just you know lie to me over a bulk rare. So anyway, that was enough for me. I never spent another dollar in his store. I never will. I wish him all the worst for being a liar. But like I said, I'm trying to be better about that. Maybe. Right. I know. Listen, the dude, he sucks. I don't even want to get into it. I don't even want to get into it. And to be specific, I'm not talking about Steve from Fables. Steve from Fables was cool. I'm talking about Steve from Dragon's Lair. You know? You can tell him I said that. Dude sucks. Anyway, yeah. So I say it's a bulk rare. Of course, at the time, there's like that one day where you could sell them online for like $12 or whatever. It was buy a box promo. In this case, it was something like that. Whatever. So like at the time, he was, choosing to make some money, even though, oh yeah, thought I was about to die right there. That was really close. But either way, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this Dargul got a, no, not pass fire. I thought that was stun. Jeez. That was spooky. Yeah. Anyway, that magic shop was a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Let's just put it that way. They had a judge. I think he was also employed there. He might still be. But anyway, he would use his status as a judge to get people to trust him. And then I never fell for it, but people must have. He would offload counterfeit cards. You know what I mean? Like confirm that they're real, and then trade them and and then ghost them. But isn't that sketchy? I really hope he's not a judge anymore. He was doing that for years. Did I go to Barron's? I know somebody who did. God hand goo, not me. I do know someone. I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the shop, but that was not my shop. Yeah, what sets, what eras? God hand. And did you ever play any other games? Yeah, in Milford. Did you ever play any other card games at Barron's? This is interesting. Just MTG, gotcha. Um, Very interesting. Just need a little mana, slight amount of mana. A lot of names this morning. Yeah, let's see the who all list. 20 players. 20 players. I sure hope nobody's two boxing. Can Mr. Friend come back to red? 47 cleric? Nice. Okay. I had to ask my group member here if it was okay to say, because it's not my story to tell. But anyway, he just told me in group chat that he played he played MTG against Baron at the CT Open once upon a time. Baron was using Saber Bargain, and Groin here was using Hermit Prison. Classic. I played against Groin's Hermit Prison once upon a time, and that was not a fun deck. I was a casual scrub, but not everybody here in Guck was a casual scrub. Let's put it that way. I had to ask permission though, because I'm not about to tell other people's stories. But yeah, that's who I know about Baron and that store from is yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard Baron was a huge dude. And he created the card game Raw Deal, right? That was his creation. The like wrestling CCG, um, which I've played with thanks to Groin here. He let me use the deck, and we played a few times. Great game. It was an awesome card game. But yeah, Baron dressed like he was in the Matrix before the Matrix is what. Yeah, the Raw Deal card game was honestly a lot of fun. I really thought it was a cool concept for a game. I never got super into it. I never played in a tournament or anything. In fact, I've only played against one opponent, and like I said, it was with all his cards. So I'm not really one to speak on it, but it was cool. It felt so weird going there. One of those stories, huh? Yeah, it wasn't really local to me. I was going to what's it called? Sam's. I'd go to Sam's. First at his old location, then at his new location. Um, and I'd go to Omni for Star Wars. Anybody remember the Decipher Star Wars CCG? Um, Back when games were called CCGs, not TCGs, they were collectible card games. right? I could have sworn that was the term. Nowadays, it's all thanks to TCG players. It's all like, oh, trading card games, trading card games. They were collectible card games. It was the Star Wars CCG. Anyway, um, I was playing that. I was playing that at Omni, and that game was a lot of fun. Except, okay, I don't know. I don't know what to say about the Star Wars Decipher game. Like they were experimenting. They were trying things. It was just so complicated. I had a rule book about this thick, and you had to like print out the errata also. You know, if you were gonna go play at one of these tournaments, you better have all the rules with you because kids will try anything. You know, they'll even try what the card says. So it's like, no, no, no. We got this card got errated. Hold on, let me turn to page 542 and read you this paragraph on how this actually works now. You know, I mean, the card game was just too complicated, but it was really fun. Probably because it was so complicated. But then they came out with a set called Special Edition, and they jumped the shark with that one. It was, you know, instead of having to play Luke and then play his lightsaber and equip his lightsaber, oh, there's a card called Luke with lightsaber, and guess what? It's just Luke and his lightsaber combined in one card, but like now it costs less to play. You know, it's just stuff like that. They ruined it, and everything became like an exclusive card. Like you want Luke with lightsaber, you got to buy the Luke with lightsaber deck. You want Vader with lightsaber, you got to buy the Vader with lightsaber. You know what I mean? They wanted you to spend a ton of money buying all these cards, like it was, yeah, and you had to. That was the thing. Like if you can't compete against the kids that are playing those cards because they were just that much more powerful. But even besides that, that was like playing. They call that mains and toys, right? That was a style of deck. This is at least what we call it locally, where you know exactly what it sounds like. You're playing the main characters and you're playing their toys, and they were really good, and you have a lot of fun. You know, doing whatever you want, traveling the galaxy, like fighting here, fighting there, big epic battles. It was great, but that's not how tournaments became in Special Edition. Now it was all about force burn. I think that was what it was called. Basically, if you had a presence at a location and your opponent didn't, the each location would have a number of lightsabers, and that's how much force you would activate on your turn, and that's your currency to spend to play cards. So you would want to play locations that have a lot of your lightsabers, but you don't really want to give your opponent too many lightsabers. These things were double-sided cards where you each get something there, but you had to, if you have a presence somewhere and your opponent doesn't, they would take, they would have to burn one of the cards off their deck during the, I think the force burn phase, whatever it was. So anyway, the game became playing these far off systems and force burning at them and just like being non-interactive. You're not playing, you know, you're playing stuff that your opponent can't land at easily and just trying and that's became you're just trying to race and force burn your opponent before they force burn you out. And the games got so non-interactive and boring, and it was these generic locations. Um, Literally, that's what they called them, and it's exactly what it was. Instead of being like Moss Isley Cantina, they made a card that was just like generic Cantina, and you could put it on any planet now. So you would play, you know, something wacky, and put like I think Cantina isn't an exact example. It's a bit like forest or desert or you know mountain, just stupid stuff like that. Like you're adding these, you're building a whole world on this planet, but then you're not letting anybody on the planet, and you're just occupying it with again generic um whatever's civilians that increase the force burn, but you could only play them at generic locations like that. It's like all of a sudden everybody's playing the same deck, but like it became like a rock paper scissors of like which system you're playing and how far away is it. Like it was just really stupid. Feng Shi in the zone. Well, let's keep an eye peeled for Feng Shi. I don't know. And anyway, the game jumped the ship. All of a sudden, it went from being fun to being very boring, and I think everybody in the world agreed, and just nobody played anymore. It's unfortunate. One set really ruined it. Previous to that, I honestly I like Star Wars better than Magic. I'm over here exploring, looking for Fang Shi. They could be invisible, and that's why I can't target them, because I don't have See Invis. But I feel like if they're going through Dead Side, they're going to be Invis on Dead, not regular Invis. I should be able to. If they're at their zone line, should be able to target them pretty soon. And they're still in the zone. And if they're not on Dead Side, well then I will have to See Invis. Now let's see. Once I get around this corner, if I can't target them, okay. See Invis. Single charge, whatever. Better than nothing. Still can't. So let's get J boots on. I'm gonna fully like sweep this zone line a little closer. But yeah, they're definitely not here. Okay, somebody did kill the evil eye. I saw the evil eye was up, and the placeholder was up when I went to bed. So maybe that's where they're at. Oh, there they are. And they're in range. I, I fought Fang Shi like last year. Um, who knows? Maybe they keep you know, I mean, maybe they're farming essence emeralds, and they level up a bunch and then de-level a bunch and then level. You know what I mean? For all I know, but it seems like they've been the same level for like ever. Kind of fast. Oh, sneaky. Where'd they go? This one? Yep. Trying to run to Squire. I almost lost him for a sec there. We're going to the ladder. They're level 54, I'd say. They're yellow to me. Which way? You think they're running dead side? I lost them off the ladder. Yep, there they are. Oh, they began to cast a spell and I zoned instead. Whoops! I should put on my journeyman stick. Maybe I can hit him with something. Oh. They faded away. What do you think? They faded to the throne? Let's go. I think they had a sow. Maybe they were strafing, but they seemed a little faster than me. Maybe they're in the swamp. I'm not going to let it distract me too long. I'm going to get back to the task at hand. What do you think? They went north of Gok, south of Gok, they're bound in the middle of the swamp. I don't know. I'm going to check my ground. I'm not going to let it distract me too much, but I will let it distract me quite a bit. Just enough. How about that? I want that cleric versus chanter battle. Les epic. So I got the Journeyman's Walking Stick on. Try to proc a Tash, right? Two could play the Tash game. And when battling, of course, we need a Crimson Potion, which I have none of. So, Bright Mage PvP. Somebody tell that to the magician I fought in that video, right? They're doing none of that. They're doing the stand there while cleric tries to cast a heal, right? Oh, sorry. I keep getting back into it. I swear I'm not mad. But anyways. No, they're not in Grob. Then again, I seem to zone faster. So maybe I'm moving too fast. Who knows? But no, they don't seem to be in Grob. It seemed like they were bound maybe in the middle of the swamp. It took them a while to hit his own line. You know, I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they didn't beeline for his own line. I'm so easily distracted. All you got to do is exist somewhere in the swamp region, and I'm like, hold on, I'm not proceeding. Yeah, okay. Looks like a happy zone again. Chase them off. Yeah, I gotta buy crimson potions. What else I got? What else do I need? Let's look here. Got a couple pumice, good. Couple pumice is good. Crimson potion, essential. Right now, instead, I'm relying on save magic alone, which is great. That's fine and all until they hit you with the Tash, and then that plan goes out the window. All of a sudden, you're mezzed, and they're gating, and you're just sitting there watching them. You know, it's rough. Large Marge asked, Ogres, KOS, and Grob. I know what happened there. They must have went near the Shaman Guild. Yeah, it's rough over there. They don't like that. It seems like a lot of Ogre quests give negative Grob faction, Grob quests give negative Agog faction. It's kind of tough, you know? Everything's not all hunky-dory in Southeast Antonica. I've seen a quest that helps both, though, right? Pickled froglock meat. I don't know if it's a typo in the wiki. I have not confirmed it yet myself, but it seems to be a way to get both factions up without lower, you know what I mean? Which is kind of huge. Big if true. Still waiting on pops there. Anyway, we're just getting started here. Time flies when we're having fun, though. Can you believe we're already so deep into a Thursday stream? Obviously, it's a special occasion. But every morning's special with you guys, you know? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're chilling. We're hanging out, playing some EQ. You know, on Red 99, the most classic PvP server we have. you know, until something else takes the throne, like a new red, right? That would be so cool. Or some sort of TLP, PvP. You know, I'd try anything at this point. Feels like we're just getting started, but dude, it definitely does feel that way. Let's see what popped in this room. I think it was just a couple core ghouls. Yep, yep, yep. Nothing too hard. Nothing can't handle. Have mana, will blast, will clobber. On fire. Banish undead. Alright. This is the placeholder, the one that got his back to the bookshelf, not the one with the back to the secret wall. Secret wall is always a core ghoul. This one could be core ghoul, Jin ghoul, or you know, the man of the hour, the AM, Arch Magus himself. Full loot, nothing's no drop, permadeath, PvP. Oh god, that'd be so crazy. Oh man. Well, I would be probably like level 10 right now if that was the case, because I did just die this morning. Not in PvP, but to a core ghoul, much like this one. You know, I was just taking it too casual, too loosey goosey, and you know, I got caught lacking. Not this time. This time we killed it. Oops. There's I don't know what combination of keys I hit, but it just showed me my desktop. I thought I just crashed everything at once, but I just minimized everything at once. That's a convenient key. I don't know what I did. Anyway, how's everybody doing this morning? The sun. He caught the ladder though. That was cool. Pretty cool. I remember one time early in my Twitch streaming days. So this was years ago when I was retired from EverQuest and playing other games. I was playing Minecraft, and I was with a friend of me in Groin here, actually, a mutual friend. T Roy was playing, and we were in the end, mapping it out, exploring whatever, looking for the end cities. And I'm just like chilling, casually streaming, and you can see him in the distance jumping from like little block in the end, and then he like missed and fell, and you just see him falling and falling and falling, but it doesn't say that he died. And then I like looked down in the game, and he like landed on one block. Like, it's just so perfect that he happened to land on a block and like barely lived. I don't know. I don't know why that reminded me of that. Just seeing Groin jumping over the pit and climbing up the ladder right there. Like, poof, you made it. Minecraft's fun. I'd mess around with some Minecraft again. The realm is active. I got invites available. If anybody plays Minecraft, unfortunately not Bedrock. I think it has to be like Java or whatever they call what used to be Java edition. I got a realm. It's been active for literal years. I think it's on the third version of it. Whatever. They like re-rolled it every couple patches just to get the new coolness. But the one it is right now is like the best yet. We spawned in a village. It's like a double village, maybe. Um, I say that because two churches spawned like overlapping each other. So T-Roy, the player in question earlier, built those two churches like a cathedral. So it's like it's a cool little starting city. Like It's not a town, it's a city at this point. Like, it's really upgraded. But we haven't done anything else. We've been playing this realm for like years and still staying in the surrounding area of where you started, which is cool. You know, it's a whole wide open world to go explore. And yeah, now that I'm talking about it, I'm gonna go play. You know, it won't be now because this is the Thursday EverQuest show, and it won't be Sunday. Just a Sunday Swamptacular Splashcast. Also live on P99 Red. You know, nothing but, nothing but. We keep it pure. We keep it simple. Thursday, Sunday. We keep it consistent, right? Yeah, no, I'm not going in today. But that being said, I will be just starting to wind the stream down pretty soon. Um, but now I got today off, luckily. I didn't want to go out today. It's too cold out there. Even though I did get some wonderful hand warmers for Christmas. That will definitely help. But yeah, here enjoying the boosted XP, the boosted drops on P99. You know, we're doing it the honest way. One player per character, right? One character per player over here right now. Whatever it is. You know? And we can do cool stuff like this where we're both moving at the same time and making independent decisions, you know, for better or for worse. The way they supposed to, you know, not to not to beat a dead horse, but keeping it honest. Big props. Oh, good. Loop broke. Another big proc. Was that three procs that fight? One, two, three. That's awesome. Love that. And the platinum is really flowing. I swear they're dropping double plat. Like maybe it's staying within the range, but it's like gonna give you the higher end of that range more often. That's what it really seems like. That's my anecdotal evidence. Source, do trust me. I'm about to head to work, 69 and sunny. Damn, I know you're not up here. That's what's up, dude. Make that money. Last few days to get the bag before 2025. Anybody got some big plans for 2025? Tell you, I got some big plans. Gonna make this stream the best it's ever been in 2025. You thought 2024 was big, imbued with the power of Fippy Darkpaw? Like 2025, I'm bringing the whole Darkpaw clan. You know what I mean? We're gonna be Fippy, Yappy, and freaking Bruno all at once. I don't I don't even know the other Darkpaws. I should probably know. But anyway, that's my promise. Make sure if you haven't followed yet, hit that button. Appreciate it. Appreciate you just hanging and lurking. I appreciate anybody in the chat reminiscing about the 90s, reminiscing about the 2000s. We're always getting, you know what I mean? This is a nostalgic game. So it's only right to get nostalgic from time to time. Remember the simpler days. Let's watch the XP on this. Will the nuke land? No. He's around. Watching XP. Nice. Not bad. Oh, I just got a notification. Logan just went live. I think we're gonna go raid Logan pretty soon. Real soon. How about after this frog? You guys down with that? It looks like he's playing Pantheon. Anybody gonna play some Pantheon? I heard there might be a PvP server in January. I'm not jumping the gun. I know it's been suggested, but I familiarized myself with the mechanics ahead of time, right? Make that commitment. Just, on the faith that there will be a PvP server. I I'm gonna wait and see. I'll believe it when I see it. There's been just, you know, if you don't already understand, just trust me when I say Pantheon's uh, promised a lot over the years, over the decades. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm not gonna hold my breath for anything from this project. I will believe it when I see it. So that being said, I've been watching a couple streams. Jabba the Fox was streaming. Shout out to Jabba the Fox. Chill Logan's been streaming. Dude Boy Orc Boy, plays a lot of Pantheon these days. It's like the new hotness. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not the new hotness. It is. But you know me. I got a one-track mind. If I can't PK, if I can't, you know, if it's not PvP, I'm not gonna. That's all it is to it. Nighttime's really dark, darker than EQ. That's what's up. You gotta love that. But yeah, if there's a PvP server, I'm gonna definitely play. Once upon a time, I looked forward to this game a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and say I've been looking forward to this game because no, I gave up looking forward to this game a long time ago. But at this point, yeah, sure. If they release a PvP server, I'll definitely play it. But until then, um, I'm just gonna watch. And that being said, I usually, when I raid a stream, I like to raid an EverQuest stream. But there's an asterisk there. I will make an exception for if a pal is playing Pantheon, I will raid a pal playing Pantheon. That's about it. Other than that, we're here to enjoy EQ, right? That's what I'm here for. That's why I log in. It's at least the spiritual successor, I'd say more so than EQ2. But anyways, for this Dargul. Terrific. Terrific XP. Ooh, we'll take it. Non-stackable, but it's great. All right. Everybody who's been hanging out this morning, thank you so much. I'm going to take this opportunity one more time to plug the Discord, right? It's called The Swamp. Hop on in. The water's fine. The link is in the chat right there. If you're not already, if you have Discord and you're not a member of The Swamp, what are you waiting for? You're going to love it. I swear. And the other thing I will take this moment to link you will be the YouTube channel. I did drop exclusive content there this week, and plenty more to come. I'm back at it. I'm back on it. Yeah, it's probably gonna be another TikTok compilation going there soon. Part 4, right? I might even skip part 4 and just call it a full hour of vertical EverQuest, whatever. It's not for everybody, but if you think that you're into that sort of thing, keep your eyes peeled on the YouTube. It's free to subscribe on YouTube. They call it subscribe. It's more like follow. I'm not trying to ask for much. I just appreciate that you're all rocking with me every Thursday morning, every Sunday morning, where I rise again like Fippy Darkpaw, and I charge the gates. Nothing's gonna stop me. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday. It doesn't matter if it's the day after a holiday. Um, I'll be here. I'll be here on Red 99 until they give us a better PvP server, and then I'll be there. Either way, it's gonna be EQ, pure and simple. Um, yeah. Thank you all so much for hanging. Let's fire off a raid. It's gonna be cool. No problem, Con. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. You know, seeing you in the chat just brightens the day. We got some repops to check in Guck later on. I don't know if I'm gonna stream later, but if any action goes down, I will definitely record it so I can load it on the YouTube. Um, you know me, I like to keep a set schedule. My set schedule is Thursday morning, Sunday morning. Anything in between, you'll probably catch me on YouTube. I'll definitely announce it in the Discord. We got a good thing going, and it's all thanks to you. The Twitch EverQuest community is the best community on Twitch, and that being said, as we go see this next stream, I understand it's not EverQuest, but show Logan some love. If you're not already following Chill Logan, give him a follow. He streams EverQuest too. He's a real champion in this game. He even plays red with us sometimes. But I think that's supposed to be a secret, so don't tell anybody I said that. Um, but yeah, he's just getting started over there. Let's fire this raid off. Whole bunch of people. Let's blow up the chat. Let's do the thing. See you guys soon. See you guys Sunday, bright and early. And Sunday's gonna be a long one, probably you know 7+ hours again. That's how I like doing it. Peace.